Alright, we've been here twice before, we all know the drill. Throughout this video, you hold onto your wallet and you don't let go. Although based on the reaction of the internet, it might not be needed. So, we are at the end of the summer, which means only one thing. New Hall of Legends, with a new wave of outrage, a new wave of confusion, and a new wave of confusion over what tier of the skins actually get you what goods. And so this year, after Faker's Ari and after Uzi's Kaisa, the newest addition to Hall of Legends, which was confirmed to be Caps's Tristana because it accidentally popped up on PBE, is indeed Caps's Tristana. And now, with this grand reveal, Riot also unleashed the official Hall of Legends website, which means we also learn about all the goods and, most importantly, the pricing. Although this time around, the pricing is not even the hottest topic on the internet. No, this time everyone is talking about the new theme. And depending on how the silent whales take onto it, this might be the first time that Hall of Legends might be in trouble. You see, by now everyone is used to the Hall of Legends looking like this, which during the previous years is the same theme that people called the red and gold slop. And for the last 2 years it kinda became the theme of the Hall of Legends. So when the new skin this year turned out to be this, yes, people were surprised and very vocal. What the hell is this? What an abomination! It's so f***ing bad, man! Riot did Caps dirty, man! It appears Caps did Caps dirty. Yes, as it was explained on the Hall of Legends website, the theme of the skin gets picked by the legend. And apparently Caps very specifically asked for a futuristic sci-fi skin for Tristana, which is a theme he very much enjoys, but apparently nobody else does. For a Hall of Legends skin, this is very mediocre. I wouldn't even really be happy about rolling this from a chest over a lot of her other skins. Is it not just Anima Squad or Battle Bunny? Who's gonna spend 60,000 RP on an ugly-ass skin for an ugly-ass champion? Probably in the minority looking at Reddit, but I really like these two compared to the other 4 skins before. Aha! See? Some people actually like this theme, including me. Yes, I still think the pricing is beyond ridiculous, but purely looking at the skin alone, I like this one. Even though some people say that this one is really uninspired, I would actually say that's exactly what the red and gold before was. The colors of the theme worked, but outside of the color scheme matching the T1 colors, it didn't really feel unified to me. I think it's cool that Ari had the theme with the foxes, Kaisa had the hounds, so they tried to give it more of an animalistic theme, but outside of that, it was kinda red and gold slop. But the issue is, even if the new skin found a new theme with a demographic that might like it, there is a very good chance it still might not even matter. Because this skin is already facing a new obstacle. First of all, completely ignoring the skin. What are the chances that this iteration of Hall of Legends will be successful? It's not about downplaying Caps, he's absolutely in the right position to get immortalized. But when Faker got his $500 skin, he was backed up by the T1 fans. T1 fans will buy anything. Which is why T1 are also getting the new Riftbound set. I don't even know if any of the T1 players actually play Riftbound, but already this is the highest selling set we got so far. Now after this there's also Uzi, who is of course backed up by the Chinese fans. Now remember, China has a very big spending culture in video games, meaning that a lot of those skins would be bought regardless. And so now we have Caps. And what does EU have? Free healthcare? Well, actually, that one's pretty good. But I don't think it's gonna help Riot, because the EU audience is not exactly a spending one. So we'll see how much the East is gonna back up Caps. Though of course we are saying all of this completely ignoring the skins. But there is still another thing that we should mention, because the Caps skin kinda opens up a really funny scenario for the future. Because remember, there is also the voting. Yes, the Hall of Legends skins are entirely decided through the votes. Apparently there is a bunch of secret esports people, maybe some former pros, maybe some creators. It should be people who understand esports, and they all vote on who's gonna be the next Hall of Legends legend. But apparently there are no limits on whom it could be. So it's cool to see that we got a Korean player, followed by a Chinese player, followed by a European player. But there is no guarantee that the next one is gonna be NA. So what if the next one is gonna be another Korean player? Well, at least reading Reddit is gonna be funny. But now that we have all the context settled, let's talk about what we are actually getting this year. So first of all, there is the Hall of Legends Battle Pass that is full of esports Easter eggs, which I will likely not get, as well as a new skin. Now, since everyone before also got a unique skin for a different champion, this time Caps got Orianna, which looks really good. It shares the theme with the sci-fi Tristana, and here it works. Upon seeing it in game, I would call this a futuristic Tamagotchi. It has very cool cyber VFX. It is a very unique theme compared to other Orianna skins, and her ball is a living digital pet. I'm gonna be honest, I am a big fan of this one. I only wish that Orianna's face looked the same as the pet, not whatever is happening with her helmet. Now, of course, the pass comes with a border for the skin. There is also a special event chroma, as well as 3 other skins that Caps picked. First of all, there is Freljord Thalia. I appreciate a lore skin. There is Elderwood LeBlanc and Empyrean Akali. Then you also get some mythic essence, you get 11 orbs, where the orbs are Orianna's ball, and a lot of themed icons and emotes. Here, out of all of them, I think I understand like 10%, though I do understand the mirror into my own future. Then there is also the cactus. I know that one. There is also the Beacon of Hope banner. I really like that one. And there is the Martin 1 title. I do not understand that one. But that is where we get into the main course, which is Tristana's skin with all the varied pricing. With the cheapest version of Tristana coming up at 5,035 RP. In other words, about 45 bucks, which is just about 1.5 of an ultimate skin, which Riot doesn't do anymore. The best they can do is a new gacha mythic skin. And so, for this very hefty price, we get, I would say, a decent skin, although it may feel incomplete. You see, the base model is fine. It is a new theme for Tristana, although you can see that she doesn't entirely embrace the cyber theme. No, you'll see that's what the other versions do. This one is kinda just Tristana in slightly more modern clothing with a futuristic cannon, although the VFX are quite good. And so, outside of that, I would say that is a pretty good, legendary skin. And so where did the value of the 3000 RP go? Well, it has a kill counter, with a special border that of course other legendaries get, and exclusive icons and emotes, which of course other legendaries get. And that is it! Except this one is FOMO. Yes, remember, this is supposed to be a time-exclusive skin. Although they did remove the lines talking about exclusivity in the Halls of Legends, so technically, there is no guarantee that it won't come back. Anyway, of course, if you don't like this skin for $45, perhaps it will be saved with the other bundle. Because there is also the upgraded version of this skin for 32,000 RP, which would be just about $350. Now, this version unlocks all the features that should have been part of the base version as well, because without these features, that skin really feels naked. But yes, for the extra $300, your E now has a special VFX, there is new UI for the rapid fire ability, you now get a finisher effect on killing enemies, there is a new announcer, there is also a bunch of out-of-game cosmetics, but most importantly, the skin now evolves, which is the same feature that Ahri and Kai'Sa had before this. And so after collecting a bunch of gold, Tristana can transform into this. Did you catch it? Me neither. The only thing I noticed is that the cannon is now slightly more gold. But that's kinda it. The rest of the model definitely feels the same. And again, for a legendary skin, this is good. I would like to have this skin, but not for $350. Anyway, then, after getting a bunch more gold, Tristana can reach the final evolution. And here, I like this one a lot. This is what the skin should have been from the very beginning. The mask just completely changes the entire vibe. And in fact, now, the skin looks unique. Not to mention that with it, the entire theme now makes sense. Without it, it does feel like Tristana is missing half of the features. In fact, without paying the extra $300, she is missing half of the features. But who knows, maybe, just maybe, this can be saved with the last bundle, which goes for 58,865 RP. In other words, with all the regional pricing, this would be about $530-ish. And so what do you get for the extra $200 on top of the previous $300? A signature! Your skin now has a digital signature on the emotes and on the kills. Other than that, there are some more special chromas included. You can skip bunch of Battle Pass levels, we all love that, right? There is the Kleps title, and that would be it. Other than that, this skin is functionally the exact same. And so once again, we made a full loop and history repeated itself for the third time. Which brings us back to the main point. Is this skin gonna be successful? Because historically, the answer would be maybe. But now it is guaranteed that if it isn't, it is gonna be blamed on the new theme. And once that happens, we are back to the red and gold slop.